Peptides are truly transformative for our metabolic health and weight loss. Of course, GLP-1A receptor agonists have dominated the market lately, but they're not the only cool kid on the block in the peptide world. In this video, we'll explore a peptide called MOTs-C that can improve your metabolic health and help you lose weight. But first, what does metabolic health really mean? It's a combination of decreasing insulin resistance, decreasing high cholesterol and bad lipid profiles, decreasing fat or adipose tissue, encouraging weight loss, improving lean muscle mass, increasing exercise tolerance, decreasing blood pressure, decreasing waist circumference, and improving heart health and decreasing heart health risk. MOTS-C is a 16 amino acid peptide produced by a mitochondrial gene that has been commonly known as exercise in a bottle. It regulates metabolic functions throughout the body, including turning glucose into usable energy. Evidence from early studies shows improved blood sugar levels in those with type 2 diabetes and obesity. The reason MOTS-C is an important peptide is that there are over 589 million people in the United States with known and unknown diabetes. Over 44% don't know they even have diabetes. That's a number that simply doesn't have to be because conventional medical doctors aren't using the correct blood work to identify metabolic health at this time. But more on this later. As treatment, doctors reach for any combination of the following prescription drug categories. Biguanides are the commonly known drug metformin, sulfonylureas, glipizide or glyburide, DDP4 inhibitors like Januvia, thiazolidine diones, I love saying that word, Actos, Avandia, metaglinides, Starlix, alpha-glucosidase inhibitors, Precose or Glycet, GLP-1A receptor agonists, Ozempic, Mounjaro, SGLT2 inhibitors, Farxiga, Jardiance, bile acid sequestrants, Questran, Cholestid, and insulin. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce everything correctly. There are literally more than 100 different brand and generic prescription diabetic drugs available for doctors to use. But here's the question I know you're probably asking. If there are so many different treatment options from various big pharma companies, why is diabetes a health crisis? Shouldn't we be getting healthier with all that money we spend on healthcare? Well, just like your relationship with your ex, it's complicated. MOTS-C clinical trials are currently underway, but the FDA has not approved MOTS-C for use in type 2 diabetes or obesity. But imagine if we could use a peptide like MOTS-C as a first-line recommended treatment instead of all that pharma garbage. What would that do to help all these people being diagnosed with diabetes, obesity, and hemorrhaging pocketbooks? Under U.S. patent law, naturally occurring substances in their natural state are unpatentable. Before you protest, consider this and have some empathy for multi-billion-dollar corporations, please. If you were a very rich pharmaceutical company, would you spend any money on MOTS-C to see if it's better than your brand name expensive prescription drug on the market? Oh, to the hell no. MOTS-C is a mitochondrial peptide. Mitochondria are found in your body, not synthesized in a pharmaceutical company's research laboratory. In lab studies, MOTS-C significantly decreased the fat accumulation in the liver, a devastating complication of diabetes. What if people who were struggling with diabetes used this compounded natural product and transformed their body towards optimal health at a fraction of the cost of all these diabetic medications we play with in modern medicine today? First, your doctor would have to be smarter about the lab testing he or she used as standard practice. We need to determine if a person has metabolic risk before they know they have it. Second, your doctor would start MOTS-C right away. It's a cheap, effective, and natural substance. There's no complaining that it's a waste of money and that people who don't have a diagnosed disease should be on it. MOTS-C is already used in the athletic world with a population who's supposed to be the healthiest among us. No disease currently diagnosed, and it helps. Third, we'd watch Big Pharma fall apart because there's no money to be made on MOTS-C. Why? You know the answer to that bonus question. Fourth, we'd watch our entire US population who are struggling with pre and clinical diabetes, overweight, and obesity, and all these rising rates of metabolic associated fatty liver disease, kidney failure, dialysis and transplants, prescription drug use, and all the clinical care that goes into the tune of $5.7 trillion, voila, disappear. And a new breed of amazing, healthy, vibrant American peeps would emerge. Well, I guess we need to wake up to reality. Now would be a great time to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more helpful health information that you and I know the FDA and other stakeholders will surely ban once we're big enough. Please make sure to list your favorite peptides in the comments, or maybe you don't agree with what I've said. Let's talk more about health versus disease care. MOTs-C works best on skeletal muscle where it stimulates the uptake and clearance of glucose and activates fatty acid metabolism, which is why it's considered an exercise mimic. And MOTs-C can be cycled with other peptides with minimal risk and side effects. If you're using MOTs-C, it may be advisable to supplement your diet with folate as folinic acid between injections in the protocol, since a depletion of a substance called 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate or 5-MTHF, which is the naturally occurring form of folate, may occur. It's also good to check your homocysteine and folate levels regularly. So make sure you work with a licensed healthcare practitioner who's not paid by health insurance companies and who therefore has to follow established unhealthy guidelines by medical associations that are bought and paid for by pharmaceutical companies that in turn buy and pay for certain organizations that begin with C or F and end with A. If you know, you know. All right, that's about it for now on a peptide called MOTs-C, exercise in a bottle. But please don't think that you can sit on the couch watching World Cup soccer matches and send your peptide bottle to the gym. Our videos are designed to introduce you to the world of peptides and show you how they may be helpful in your journey to optimal health. We also discuss the framework of the entire medical system and how it's designed to imprison your mind through a well-entrenched belief system in American society, so that you don't make empowering health decisions for yourself, but instead spend your money on companies that profit from your dependence on them. I've written a book that will help you examine the exact point where our disease-focused healthcare system has hijacked the way you think about health and leads you towards more sickness. My book is called The 7 Principles of Health, Your Call to Health Consciousness. Check it out on Amazon and take great care of your health. And thanks for allowing me to share this important bit of your time learning about peptides that are beneficial for your aging mitochondria and your metabolic health.